This episode of Sunday Night Geek may contain spoilers and mature themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Incoming transmission.
Beam aboard for a new episode of Sunday Night Geek on 100.1 Bay FM with Angel Sky Cosplay, Sean, and the Big Dirty Nerd. Join us as we hop through time and space to bring you all the pop culture news and reviews from across the multiverse.
You've got to come back with me. Where? Back to the future.
And set the flux capacitor. Engage the warp drive as we travel to dimensions beyond with Sunday Night Geek.
Engage.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Sunday Night Geek. I am the Big Dirty Nerd Jeff, and we've got Angel Sky.
Hello.
What are you choking on your coffee?
I didn't even get to sit down.
Oh, God. And Sean.
Hi.
And Toby's here. He's just kind of sitting next to me.
Chilling.
He's just chilling.
He found Jeff.
He found Jeff. Before we get into anything, guys, oops, I just lost my screen. Our station manager, Cody, has asked me to make an announcement regarding a cell phone that was lost in the CIBC bank parking lot in Corner Brook. If you lost your cell phone, you can give us a call at 709-637-0183, option 5, or text to 709-632-5555, and we're going to connect you with your misaligned phone so you don't miss any important phone calls.
You know what would be bad?
What's bad?
If I ever lost my phone, I would neither be able to call or text.
Yeah, right, same.
I'd have to do it from a work phone.
These little pocket rectangles are like hold our entire lives.
It is true.
Yeah.
So if you did lose your cell phone in the CIBC parking lot in Corner Brook, once again, 637-0183, option 5, or text to 632-5555 so we can reconnect you to your phone. All right, so that's it for the being good citizens this evening. Let's go back to being bad citizens. Citizens of Gotham. Bad citizens.
Well, speaking of, I read Absolute Batman #2.
Yeah, how was it?
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I've man, oh man. I've been hearing so many good things about it.
So good.
So
I've read Superman. I've read all the first issues now, and Batman #2 is the newest one to come out. So the other two are going to come out soon.
Yeah, Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman #1s are already out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, the #1s of those are already out.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. I like what they're doing with it. So
Wonder Woman is a witch.
That's very different.
Yep. She is just as much a magic user as she is an ass kicker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Big old buster sword.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I like your shirt this evening, Angel Sky, because it encapsulates exactly how I feel. I'd rather be sleeping right now.
No, well, maybe not right at the second.
Oh, no, right at the second. I'd rather be like home.
In most general areas of my life.
You'd rather be sleeping?
I'd rather be sleeping.
We used to call it horizontal life pauses.
Horizontal life pauses. I have several of these little T-shirts. I miss Blue Notes.
Oh, is that where you got it? Blue Notes? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Blue Notes used to have all these like T-shirts with like wacky sayings and stuff on them.
I remember Randy River did too.
Randy River did too, yeah.
Yeah, shirts that said stuff like "Don't feed a pigeon chili."
Yeah, no, don't do that. No, that would be a bad idea. I think my favorite shirt that I ever had was it had a saying on it that said, "You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose."
That's true.
It's true.
That's an old saying.
That's an old saying.
A friend of mine bored and never returned was a shirt that said, "I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a look at it for you."
Yeah, no.
I have another shirt from there that says sarcasm because punching people in the face is frowned upon.
Yes, it is. It very much is.
Yeah.
So guys, a couple shows came back this week. Silo is back.
Yeah,
No,
we
we
watched
watched
that.
Did you watch it? Did you?
We did.
What did you think? It was very much a standalone episode.
It was. There was a little bit of flashback there.
Yep.
To what happened in the other silo.
Yes.
So there was like a rebellion,
Yes.
is what it looked like.
Yeah.
And they thought that the outside was a lie
Yeah.
and that they were all being kept in because, of just reasons.
Just reasons.
And for control, I guess.
Yep.
And so they staged a rebellion and they opened the door to their silo and fled out into the
Wilderness.
surface. And there was like thousands upon thousands of like dead bodies.
Dead bodies everywhere.
'Cause radiation is a thing.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Is it radiation or is it a virus?
I'm pretty sure it's radiation.
It happens real fast.
Because
Okay.
if you look at the opening from the first season, I
Yep.
do believe they show like atomic bombs and stuff like that.
Right, yes, they do.
Yeah.
You're
so I'm pretty
absolutely
sure
right.
it's like a World War III kind of situation where
Right.
people went into like silos, as in like, bomb shelters, giant bomb shelters that they made.
Yep.
And to escape like the war, they probably got like handpicked at the beginning kind of thing, like
Right.
kind of like Fallout kind of thing.
And we already know that there are lots of these silos all
Mm-hmm.
in one general area, and she walked from hers.
She walked from hers to the other one.
To the other one. That's
Yeah.
basically to the first one she found.
So it's like she walked from like here to Deer Lake.
Deer Lake,
Yeah.
roughly. Yeah, that's what.
Because
That's
they're pretty
what-
big.
Yeah, they're huge. They're
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
So, and she goes down into the silo, and I was a little bit surprised because she basically ruined her radiation suit or
She
her
did.
protective suit.
Yep.
So she's stuck there now.
She is stuck there unless she can find a way.
Now,
out.
mind you, there might not be many rad suits used up there. They may be just laying around somewhere if she finds
There
them.
could.
Because
There
these
could.
people were very anti that outside is dangerous, so they probably didn't use them.
Yep. That's a very good point.
And when they had the rebellion kind of thing,
Hmm.
they kind of went out in mass thinking they didn't need radiation suits.
Yep. Yep. When obviously they absolutely
Her
100%
tape
did.
that she was using, if you notice, was like unsticking.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was all coming off her gloves
Yeah.
and stuff, off
Yeah.
her seals, off her clothes. But
We were like, don't crack your helmet outside.
no.
Because she tripped a couple times
Yes.
outside.
Yeah.
On
But
on people.
she waited until she got inside before she smashed the faceplate off her
Yeah,
helmet.
she broke something, I do believe.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
She broke something when she fell.
Yes.
There was something wrong with the helmet.
Yes.
And so in order to breathe, she took a chance.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah, big chance.
Well, kind of, but not really, because when she opened the door, there was a seal.
Exactly. I picked up on that too. It was like a rush of air, like
Yeah, so it was like a kind of thing when she opened it up. So I guess, being someone that, was a major player in her own silo
Yeah.
and did a lot of
engineering work.
engineering and all that kind of stuff. So she would guess that, she just broke the seal to think, and that's why she closed the door before she went further.
Yeah.
So,
Which made
there was
perfect sense.
some, and then she was grabbing those canisters.
Yes.
I do believe that's to neutralize the radiation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically probably what they put in like decontamination
Yeah.
baths, but it's just pure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So she was decontaminating herself.
Yes.
So
From any
that-
radiation.
From any radiation that she picked up from outside on her suit.
I like this one a lot because it really, like they did, like you said, they did a lot of flashback into her history,
Mm-hmm.
who she was before, as a young girl and stuff. And so I kind of like that. Like we find out she was always curious about stuff and she liked to fix stuff,
She liked to fix things,
right?
which is
So-
kind of funny because she's trying to fix her world right now.
Yeah. Yeah. The ultimate fixer.
The ultimate fixer.
Right. So, and then she comes across the. I was a little bit afraid though because she fell out of that central column. Like
I know, but then she
off the
went into
stairs.
water.
She went into water.
Which is lucky she can swim
Yeah.
But
because
it
most of them can't.
No, that's right. They can't.
But it does also mean that things down below in that area are screwed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
The water stopped.
Yeah.
And just started pouring.
So, but yeah, the water she fell into, like I said, because in the first season, someone taught her how to swim because
Yes.
they didn't know how to swim. She didn't know how to swim.
Yeah.
And it just so happened she knew how to swim.
Yeah.
Only reason she would have survived.
That was it.
If she had fallen into the water, other than that, she wouldn't have survived.
She would not have made it.
Nope.
And she explores that bunker a little bit, that silo,
Yep.
and
She saw lights on.
saw lights on, which was kind of interesting. And there was really nothing.
Looked like somewhere that might have had power. So she was
Power,
trying
yeah.
she's trying to get to it.
Yeah, and at first glance, like once she got across to it, and that was a very intense scene where she builds that rickety old bridge, and I was like, oh, she's going to fall again. She's going to fall again. But she never, thankfully.
She never.
And she gets over there, and there's
She
like
learns
power.
she learns from her mistakes.
She learned from her mistakes in a big way. But it was interesting how like her engineering background gave her like the knowledge just to be able to go, okay, I found this platform, which I think was the bridge that the rebels used in the first scene.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Right, and then she basically wheeled it over the gap and was able to use that to get back and forth.
Yep.
She went over. She saw the lights. She saw a fan on. There was some. That was basically it. And as she's getting ready to leave, she hears music playing. And I was like, ooh, music playing. So she follows the music
Yep.
and finds a hidden compartment
Yep. And a person.
and a person by him. Ow, dude!
He's like, I got conversation.
You're
We're having conversation.
Claws are sharp. Your little
Yeah, he needs to get.
And Buddy kind of answers the door. Like he pulls the slider across. He's like, "Oh hey!" Really? At first he was really friendly. He's like, "Oh hey, yeah, I was hoping you were going to follow music. Oh, and by the way, you just tried to open the door. If you do that again, I'm going to unalive you."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this guy's not very nice.
Well, I guess he kind of has to be. I'm sure it's not the first person that's tried to get into his little
Probably not.
area. that he's in.
But I wonder, is he actually alone or is he just the guy on the door?
There could be a small group of them.
Might be a small group.
I wouldn't say it was very big,
No.
right? The resources that they have would be very limited.
Very. I mean, she even walked past all the cornfields and fields of wheat that are in the silos, and they were all dead.
Yeah.
Like, all the plant life was dead.
Yep.
So
Yep.
definitely, like, what WTF? Like, I like that it didn't give any kind of hint as to what, because there's still a lot of questions left over from season 1, and we got no idea still what's going on.
No, well, kind of, sort of.
A little bit. but
I mean, the world that they built was very well done in season 1.
very well done.
So they gave us a glimpse into their society inside the silo
Yeah.
and how it ran,
Yeah.
right? And there was that, and I think it wasn't that the outside is habitable that they're trying to hide. I think they're trying to hide that there's other silos.
I think so too. I think that's exactly what it is. Because the silo that she originally came from held like 10,000 people, didn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Like, it was
they-
a fairly large number.
They were connected to other silos.
Now that's the one thing I want an answer to, right? Like they were connected at some point to the other silos.
Yeah.
So what happened there? Why did they disconnect? Right, 'cause
Probably resources.
Resources, or maybe because we've seen we know that in, I want to just refer to it as our silo, which is
Okay,
the one.
yeah, the main one.
The main one. In our silo, we know that at one point there was a rebellion as
Yes.
well.
And they put it down.
And they put it down, and it was, society has continued on in the way that it has.
Yep.
But in the other silo, the rebellion also happened, but the rebels won,
Yep.
quote unquote, won. And got out.
Decimated their silo.
Decimated, quite literally.
Yeah.
Decimated their silo. So I'm wondering if maybe there was a rebellion being formed between all the
It could be.
silos,
It could be.
right? And that's why they cut it off. They're like, nope, we're putting this down right now before it even starts.
And the thing is that if they had problems with resources, because it seems like, oh my goodness, it seems like they might have,
Yeah.
because they're limiting, growth, they're limiting people, they're limiting like things that people can do.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't even have babies without permission.
Yeah, which makes sense.
And with
in
only
a-
certain people.
Yeah,
right?
which makes sense in a society like they have.
Absolutely.
Because realistically, you don't want people just procreating, and then you got a problem with resources, as it were.
yeah.
But if they put a limit on the thing, then where was I going with this? Hang on, Toby interrupted me and then
Right, yeah.
lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
The rules.
So if they had to put a limit on resources and limit on birthing and stuff like that, people are going to rebel against that. That's
Yes.
just human nature.
Yes.
But it could have been along the lines of, because you have to think, why didn't they just tell them, well, the outside is still radioactive? Like, you can't go outside, it's still radioactive.
Yep.
Right?
That would have
Here's
been
the
so
proof.
easy. Yeah.
Here's the proof.
Yeah.
Like, this other silo, they tried to do what you just did, and they all died.
Yes. Like, why don't they just do that? And now that you've mentioned that, my other question is, when the person goes outside, why do they project the scene of a perfectly vibrant? Is that a mercy? I wonder. If they they go outside on their helmet, they see
Yeah.
a perfectly good, healthy world, and take off their helmet. So would that is that like a mercy? So like they basically unalive themselves before they're stuck out on the surface.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd say the world's probably too far gone at this point. Maybe it's going to take long after these people are gone to.
mean-
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
I can't remember how long they said they've been in the silo.
I believe when I watched the recap yesterday or
Yeah.
whenever it was, I believe the rebellion
Yep.
was 142 years ago.
But how long have they been in the silo?
That's a good question. So I have no idea on that.
I'm going to have to Google fluid.
Google foo.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they closed off the that silo,
long
contact
have
that
the
silo
people
because they were
actually
too
been in the
resistant to the being convinced otherwise about the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we have answers?
We were told that the hard drive was from before the rebellion.
Okay.
So some people, including myself, believe that they have been in the silo for at least 97 years pre-rebellion,
Okay.
and then another 140 years after the rebellion.
Okay, so we were looking at like 200 and...
Odd.
hang on.
90 and 150, that's about 250.
250 years.
Roundabouts.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
My math not good. Me no math.
Yeah, it's 10,000 people.
10,000 people. Yes, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Per silo. Now that we know
We're
they're
10,000 inhabitants.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's no kind of human history down there.
No.
They're not allowed to know their history, probably to keep them, well, it's a way to keep a group of people, like, under thumb.
No, then they don't know concepts like rebellion or unions or
Exactly.
rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just know that the people at the top
Provide for them.
provide for them, and
They go
you
about their
have
day.
you have your mayor, you have your IT director of IT, all these other directors and doctors and all this other stuff. They don't have any clue about what came before.
Yep.
Interesting.
It keeps people compliant
Yep.
and passive.
Yes. Yes. It's kind of funny when I don't want to get
I know it's a little bit of politics there
a little
too.
bit of political stuff going on. And, oh,
Because-
dude, your claws are way too sharp. You're gonna
because
scratch my arms
that's
off.
how most major power people
Yes.
keep people under their control, is through their ignorance.
Yes, and that's exactly what this is all about. Like
Yeah.
the people who are in power, like the mayor and everybody else and the sheriff,
Yep.
they keep people under control through ignorance.
Yep.
That's exactly what this is all about.
Yep.
So, and which makes it a very good story. And I mean,
And you have a couple people that don't believe it, and maybe
Yep.
the other silo at the time had, because after the rebellion it seems like everything got ramped up, as in no technology, no
Yeah.
history, no nothing. So maybe before that they were taught the history.
Yep.
They were taught, or they had some recollection of life outside and all this kind of stuff. But then after the rebellion happened, they're like, nope, can't have that anymore.
yeah.
No, this is where that leads, so shut it all down.
And in a dystopian society like this, in some ways, that kind of makes a little bit of sense, right? Because you are literally the last remaining humans.
Yeah.
And you got to do that. Now, getting back to a normal society where, like, well, not sure how normal our society is, but you know what I mean, right? Like getting
Yeah.
back to what we know as society
Yep.
would be very difficult.
Now,
Well, with 10,000 people, it'd be really difficult anyway.
Yeah.
least likely, that's like season 4 of Miracle Workers. There's your ground level apocalypse people, then people live up in the sky that are all super technological.
And maybe that's going to be something that gets revealed, because we know from the last scene at the end of season 1, there's a city off in the distance, right?
Yeah.
So, is there something in that city?
Don't know.
Like, we don't know. Are we going to find out? Maybe not. We don't know.
Don't know.
So, just keep watching.
Yep. I think this season is probably going to take place around this particular silo
Yep.
and her.
Yep.
I say we'll see very little of our silo, as it were, the original.
Yeah, I agree, but I also hope not, because there's a lot going on back there that I want to see
Or-
stuff about as well.
Or the majority of the season
Yeah.
centers around her and this silo and her uncovering, what happened kind
Yep.
of thing, the
Yep.
rebellion and all that. Because I assume that because the rebellion happened there and it succeeded, that they wouldn't have the control over all the information like the other silo has. So
Exactly.
she can piece these things together, I think.
Yeah.
Or these people that she might meet might have the answers.
Yes.
Of about previous Earth.
Yes. And
But then it might near the end flip back
Yeah.
to her silo.
I think I absolutely
Message
agree.
back?
I think that's a good idea. Message back. Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. I'm also thinking we already know that as deep as the silos are, there's even further stuff below the bottom of the silos where they left all the tunnel diggers.
Yeah, they drilled down.
They drilled down and just
Literally.
left the machinery there.
Yep.
I'm thinking, because we know it's there now, I'm thinking she's going to have to get into the water, go down and find that, and that's where she's going to find something to do with accessing the other silos.
Maybe.
So I think you're absolutely right on
Because
what you're saying. Though.
her silo has computer systems.
Computer systems. Yep.
And I assume this silo probably does too. And they won't be as strictly controlled as in hers.
No. I would say
she'd be
there's
able
no
to-
control over
Yeah,
them
so she'd be able to access things much easier.
once she gets the silo back up and running.
Yes.
Because that's what's going to happen next. Like she's going to be the engineer, the genius who gets the silo back up and
Or
running.
at least some of it.
Some of it.
Yeah.
Enough to move the story along.
Because they had the whole centrifuge in hers, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And I assume that the centrifuge in this one is gone,
Yeah, I would think so.
right? And that's why the water is probably rising.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would absolutely think so.
Yeah, the turbine.
The turbine.
the turbine.
Yeah, turbine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Buddy had to fix it on the fly.
Oh yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah, that was an intense
That was an intense scene.
scene. That one was.
Yeah.
That was really well done, but intense.
Yeah.
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 So yeah,
Lots of
Silo's back.
questions.
Lots of questions. I hope they give us answers faster than what they're giving us answers on From.
Oh my God,
I
From?
have not watched
From?
today's episode. I have not
we
watched
haven't either.
Okay, you haven't either. Man, oh man. So you guys kind of did spoil last episode for me.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
because I didn't realize you had watched Sunday's episode when we were
yeah.
talking about it last week. But like, come on, like you're in season three now.
Yep.
We need answers,
Yep.
right? Like, stop with the creatures are bad and this is going on here and she's eating rotten food and blah 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 blah. I want answers as to what in the shiza is going on,
Yeah. I know.
right?
There's lots of theories out there.
There's plenty, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're being experimented on.
Yeah,
en masse.
that one is probably the top of my list. They're in an experiment,
Or
Of some
it,
sort.
it all has to do with Victor.
or it all has to do with Victor.
Because Victor's mother had visions and stuff before she actually got there too.
Yep, and we know as well Tabitha had the same visions,
Had the same visions.
so they're connected somehow.
Yep.
They're definitely connected somehow.
So one of the theories is that the reason the faraway trees didn't work for the guy that got stuck in the pool
In the swimming pool, horrific.
was he didn't have an address on him. All the numbers in the bottles and the faraway trees,
Yeah,
right? When they went through the faraway trees, they had a destination. Tabitha had a destination in Victor's lunchbox.
I did not even pick up on that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yes. Okay.
They don't understand how the system works, but yeah, that's one possibility. These are coordinates.
Coordinates.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There's still a question of like the cop, even though she's, I'm sure we haven't seen it because, they were like, yeah, we thought of that before and nobody could come up with the answer. But we didn't know that. It's like, yeah, why is there a swimming pool there and half a motel sign?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
There's no motel there.
No.
So where is the motel?
Yeah. I'm wondering if parts of like the town has been built from parts of towns from around the country.
Yeah. Like it's been bought there like they were bought
Like
there.
they were brought there. Yeah.
So it was bought there first.
Yeah.
And then they were bought there after.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's something going on with the children that she thinks she needs to rescue. And now we've got, and I don't know the kid's name, the big black kid. I don't
yeah.
know what his name. What's his name?
He's seeing stuff
seeing
when he takes a
stuff.
Polaroid.
He's seeing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's this woman who's
He
dressed
was
in.
he was one of the group that got pulled under.
He was on the bus.
No, but he was one of the groups that got pulled over and was chained to the walls.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Because
He
they
was.
all have things going on with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird, freaky things.
Weird, freaky things. I want to know what's going on with Randall. right? Like the creatures left Randall alive, badly injured, but he's
Still
alive.
crazy.
He's a little bit crazier now.
Yeah, he was never. He wasn't crazy before. He was just a jerk.
He was a jerk.
He was just a bro jerk.
Yeah,
They didn't want to kill him.
yeah, they didn't want to kill him. So why?
There's also this thing going around is that when people get unalived,
Yeah,
the amount of people in the town all stay the same. For every person that leaves,
Yep.
another one shows up.
yep, yep. That's kind of neat. Like there's a perfect balance. There's a perfect
Yep.
number of people that has to
Because
be in the town.
when the people died there before,
Yeah.
the bus people showed up.
Yeah,
So it replaced the same amount of people. And then the ambulance was the same way.
Yeah.
Is when these people died, then the ambulance people showed up. So if Fatima went and unalived this lady, who's going to show
who's
up?
going to show up next?
Yeah.
Yeah, good question. Good question. Because somebody's on their way.
Yeah.
But I'm to go back to what Sean was saying about it being an experiment. Like that's kind of where my head is a little bit right now
As one
because
does, another subject goes.
that, but also as well that the town is giving them things they need.
Yeah.
Right. Like they found fresh food. Right.
When their food died, they
they're-
got fresh
they
food.
They got fresh food. They were starting to run out of medical supplies. They got an ambulance.
Ambulance showed up.
Right. So and now we have another police officer in the town.
Yep.
Right.
After Buddy decided he didn't want to be a police officer.
After
anymore.
you decided to want to be a police officer. So I definitely think there's something like that happening here. Now,
There's
what it
roles,
is.
niches, and
Yep.
needs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way of putting it. Rules, niches, and needs. Right? And we see, and with each new personality introduced to the town, it creates conflict, so it's keeping the experiment going.
Yep.
Right? Which I think is
Mind off the details.
The key.
Yeah. So definitely, I mean,
We gotta get some answers, man.
love it. We need answers. We need like
at least a few.
yeah, we're like 5 episodes into the third season. We need
So
answers.
he dragged her Fatima down into the room.
Yep.
And what was in the room to begin with? What was that?
It was just like a bedroom, but there was
I
a
know.
dead body in there.
But whose was it?
I have no idea.
I think it was someone's.
Hmm.
And it seemed like it was like someone he knew.
Possibly.
Was it him himself? Was it her?
Good question.
Is it the one that was in the pictures?
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Could be.
The one that he keeps seeing in the photos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be her abode.
Anyway, he hauled her down
Yeah.
into the room.
Yeah. Well, into the cellar thing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more tonight.
Maybe.
Tonight is the night we get some answers.
We get some answers. Better.
Better.
Tonight's the night. Oh, you know what we got answers to, though? Starbase 80.
We did.
Yeah, Starbase 80.
Starbase 80.
I almost forgot
Funny.
that.
Which
Lower
is
Decks was
half and half, ran by the Federation and a knife-wielding gang.
Yep.
Gee whiz, knife wielding.
Who are really
gang.
friendly, though.
Who are very friendly. You know, they seemed a little bit intimidating at first, but they were like,
Well,
oh,
here,
the
here's some free
arcade's over
tokens
there.
for the arcade. Yeah. Go on. Have fun.
I really like that there's a ton of old technology from like the original series
The
on this
interiors
station.
are TOS. The uniforms are like
Enterprise.
NX01
Yeah.
era, yeah. They don't
So-
have comm badges.
Don't have comm badges. No.
The Doctor was partially changed after one of those things that changed Geordi.
Yes.
That's what that
Right.
was.
So many neat little Easter eggs in this episode. That was just oh man. So,
Their engineer's a little something.
yeah. Who was that played?
Stephen Root.
That was Root, was it? Okay, I thought so. I was like, that voice sounds really familiar.
But like the lady there, she's an Elorian, like Gunnan.
Yeah, she's an Elorian. Very jovial, happy Elorian.
And very deadly with the martial arts.
Very deadly with the martial arts.
Which leads more credence to that, Gunnan. They said Gunnan would spar with Worf.
Yep,
Yeah.
they did. That's right. You're right. They did.
I'd like to see Gunnan do like that, in Star Wars Episode 2 when you see Yoda going around like doing his acrobatic stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Gunnan doing the same thing in that outfit with like the big saucer on top
The
of it.
big
and everything.
saucer hat. that
Aren't
would
you
be
going
great.
to wear any kind of battle outfit? This is my battle outfit.
This is my battle outfit.
And she just mops the floor with them.
Yeah. That was such a good episode, but they don't have replicators. They've got food vendors all over the station. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah,
But
it makes his own little economy, I guess.
hey, yeah, it does.
Them shiny corn dogs.
Yeah, Sean and Mariner told her not to eat the sauce. What was it? super chunky sauce or what,
Yeah, something
whatever
like
it was
that.
called.
Oh.
And Boimler's facial hair. Come on, Boims, give it up.
Yeah, he's getting it though.
You know, what looks so bad? Like he's got that little mustache going on there with a little tuft of
Maybe
hair.
next episode he'll have it grown and better.
Oh God, I hope so.
Well, every episode it grows in a bit more.
It does, yes.
So
Yeah, it does
like a
grow
real
little bit
person.
more. Yeah, what?
Just like a real person.
Just like a real
By the
person.
end of the season, when it's all over, he'll have his lovely little beard. But then in the last episode, he'll
Something
like lose
happened.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll like burn off his face or something.
Yeah, or something.
So okay, so this was like season 4 or episode 4. We know there's only 10 episodes, and then that's the series finale. Do you think we're going to see like a 5 years later montage where Boimler's a captain, Mariner's first officer, something like that? You know, where they've advanced in their careers. What do you think of that?
I don't know.
maybe, but I do hope that in that time period they stay away from Utopia Phoenicia.
Why?
The android attack
Oh,
happens in
yes.
2389.
Yes, so it does. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
One
That's
third
right.
of the fleet was there.
That's right. That's right. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
16,000 people.
Yep. Yep. So it's going to be interesting to see how they end the series off, and if we're going to see, what's the chances we'll see all of them in live action at the end of the season?
Maybe we've seen two.
We've already seen 2, so you never know.
Yeah.
So-
the other two kind of look like their characters as well. So
Oh God, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
it's so funny though. Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine both play first officers.
Both plays first officer. Yeah. Yeah. They are the king and queen of geeks right now. I mean, Jerry O'Connell. I mean, just remember, Jerry O'Connell started out his career, right? My Secret Identity, Stand By Me,
Yeah.
right? Two of the most popular things from the '80s. He was part of,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, he's pretty funny on that. There, him and Captain Mariner this week. Like, she's not letting it get her down about her getting sent in the other universe to Starbase 80.
no, that's right. Okay, you can stay right there.
Other than that, though, hilarity ensued. We watched this week's Lois and Superman Lois.
Oh yeah.
We did.
It was actually good, but it wasn't anything to do with conflict. Do you want it spoiled? Because it is a turning point.
I'm not going to watch it, so go ahead, spoil it.
He outs
If
himself.
anybody that is going to watch it,
He
Spoilers.
outs himself.
really, as Superman,
Yes.
really,
He's confronted in the diner to make the choice, but right before then you can see it blowing up too.
wow.
Because like there's flashbacks of when earlier back at the planet and Jimmy figuring out who he was and stuff like that.
Or
Meet Jimmy.
thinking he's figured out who he was.
Yeah.
They never
Wow.
actually told him.
Yeah.
Like
So
they do a whole
wink.
thing of your secret is really important to your father. This is all he's known,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like we can't out him, as it were. I know you guys, you think you're in a different, but like this is really important to your dad and all this stuff. And then so they get to this diner scene, and someone tries to shoot him as Clark Kent.
the guy they had
yeah,
problems
okay.
with before a couple seasons previous.
Okay.
And so he makes a choice that he lets the bullet bounce off him.
Not just that though, he in a blink of an eye changes into his outfit.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
pretty.
he's- yeah.
Pretty
And then he
dramatic.
gives an interview.
Yep.
So, like the whole Superman lore is turned upside down by this happening.
Yeah, they're really going towards a different style universe. Well, I mean, like Jordan doesn't exist anywhere else. Jordan's a character only for the show because
Yeah.
Jonathan, who has all the powers right away within a blink of an eye later,
Yeah.
is the only one that exists elsewhere.
He's the Superboy of choice.
Yeah, he's the current Superman Junior
Yeah.
right now. As I like referring
And
to him as.
then, so they come out, he comes out as Superman.
Well, you look at like
Comes out of the closet, as it were.
Yeah.
the boys were telling their girlfriends, and plus, what's his name, who used to be his bully, had already known, and Lana, and other people. So, I mean, people were finding out. But I mean, yeah, he said like he's probably going to have to hand it off to the boys at some
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
it's getting. I think they're trying to do it right in sunsetting everything.
They bought the small town newspaper that was in the city, in the town.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Kansas.
in Smallville.
In Smallville.
Okay.
And so they bought the so I guess he's
I think
probably
it's the
going to
Gazette.
work there. Gazette, I think it is, yeah. Smallville Gazette,
Gazette,
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
it is.
Yeah. That's pretty good. A fictional small town in Kansas has a newspaper, and we don't.
Yep. Well, it's the U.S.
Shameful. True. Anyway,
It's a small local privately owned one.
Yeah.
So I guess if someone here wanted to have a local privately owned
And they're
newspaper.
award-winning reporters.
Yeah, right. Like Lois
Yeah.
Lane and Clark Kent
International
working
prestige.
at a little Smallville
Small little dinky.
run newspaper.
Or one of them is a hometown boy, so.
True enough. Yeah,
That is true.
that is true.
That would be like someone here coming back and buying something and running it.
Running it. Yeah. Interesting. I'm glad they're giving it the proper sunset it deserves, though. I mean, I only watched the first 2 seasons. I thought it was really, really well done. I don't have a platform to watch it on right now, so I'm not going to. I have an option available to me, but I haven't taken advantage of it. But yeah, no, I definitely glad to hear that they're giving it the proper send off.
We watched as well a lot of old school Price is Right.
Old school Price is Right.
From the 70s.
The new Price is Right. The new Price is Right.
With Drew Carey?
No.
No,
Oh,
Bob
with Bob
Barker,
Barker.
1972.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when they bought it back up, we watched it, started watching it today. Was it today or yesterday?
Today-ish, I think.
I don't
Or
know.
Yesterday.
It was yesterday. So
yeah.
it's on Plex, right?
Yep.
So it's like a free streaming channel. So you can't pause it, you can't rewind
It's
it. You
live
can't-
streaming.
Like it's a live stream feed kind of thing. So when we pulled it up, they were going, "It's the new Price is Right," and I'm like, "The new Price is Right? What
the
in the
old one
world?"
had
50 years
60s.
old. What
Yeah, it's because there was another one before Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Was there really?
Yeah, in the 60s.
I had no idea.
So anyway, but it was different.
Yeah.
Like there was different parts of it, and it's like didn't have the spin wheel.
Okay.
It didn't have like, hey, if you got a correct answer when you bid on something, like down in the contestant row, you didn't get $100.
Really?
Yeah.
There was no
there
within
was no-
$100 rule.
Yeah, there was
on
no
the showdown.
double showcase winners.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you're getting into the showcase depending on what you won during the game show. So the highest winners
Highest winner in each round.
in each round would get into in the show would get into the showcase.
The Showcase Showdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Diane was there in 1972 as a brunette. She
Yep.
went until that was her first year, and she went until 2000.
Really?
Yep.
Is that even still on the air?
Yeah, Drew Carey does it now.
Drew
I was going to say Drew Carey does it now, right?
They
Yeah,
do
okay.
more rotating line of models and that, and even male models now.
Oh. Hey, man. Equality.
Exactly.
Equality is equality.
But it was you're watching, you're like, no wheel. What in the
yeah.
world?
What is this?
What is this? What is going on?
Yeah. And the prices must be so hard to guess because, like, we're
Well,
used
it
to.
depends on
Right.
the era.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like,
So back in the 70s one, when the beginning of it, when it was like the new Price is Right without the spin wheel, cars were like $2,000 and something dollars.
Right.
2,000.
They had a Valentine's
500.
Day one where there were his and hers little Toyota S300s or something.
Yeah.
For the showcase, one of the showcases was twin cars. Mrs.
Yeah.
Aubrey won another car previously to get around there, and she won those two.
that's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like most of the cars are 2,000, and then you get into like the 80s or so. Then they go up to about 5 or 6,
Right.
Yeah.
and then later in the seasons, so you get later in the 80s, and it's more like 7 and 8,000.
And
That's
so
crazy.
like
one of
$8,000
four
for a car,
vehicles
man.
as well that
Yeah.
you'll see. Because they're
Like
usually
a K
the
car?
economy ones.
And you're trying
yeah.
to guess the prices on all the goods and
Well, that's what I was going to
stuff,
say, right? Because like, for us now, like we're used to say like a bottle of bleach, $7.99 for a bottle of bleach. Back in the '60s, 25 cents.
69 cents.
Yeah, 69 cents. 25
Or
cents.
pack of certs.
Yeah, or pack of certs.
Quarter.
Quarter. I was watching. It's kind of funny how things have changed over time, right? Like, and this is one of those examples. But did you guys ever watch the movie The Founder with Michael Keaton?
Oh, yeah, I did. I've seen that one, yeah.
About when Buddy bought the McDonald's brand and turned
yeah, okay,
made
yeah.
it world famous.
Two
eventually.
brothers.
Yeah, but like he goes up, like Michael Keaton's character, I can't remember his name, goes up to the McDonald's stand that he comes across, and of course they got this whole process in place where it's instant food, basically fast food,
Yeah.
right? And he asks for a hamburger, French fries, and a Coca-Cola. Sorry, that's what Coca-Cola. And Buddy looks at me and says, "Yeah, 35 cents." I'm like, "The hell?
I know we were watching.
35 cents?"
We were actually watching something online the other day about how fast food is not fast food anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No.
Sit-down restaurants have the same comparable prices now to places with drive-thrus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually more economical for you going to a sit-down restaurant.
I went to a fast food place. I'm not going to name for supper last night. Picked up supper for myself.
It's
and
like $15 a piece at
yeah,
least.
$34 for 2 meals.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah,
McDonald's actually missed their quarter because people were going there less.
Oh, yeah. Who can blame them?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's like most places you go to a fast food, it's like $15 to $20.
Yeah. Like
Everywhere.
I want to be able to go to a fast food place and like, here's my $20.
Get 2 meals.
Give me my 2 meals. Right? Like even the McDonald's 2 can dine for $6.99, whatever it was. Like back in the day. It's like now it's like 2 can dine for $17.80.
For $17.99.
Just $17.99. What?
Plus
Get a
taxes.
grip.
Then plus taxes, and if you want to add anything to it, it's more.
Yeah, right.
I know. Yeah, it's a little crazy. It's a little
totally.
crazy. Inflation
It
is
is.
is a little crazy, and it's not going to get better.
It's not going to get any
unfortunately.
better. No.
Oh my, sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadness.
Affects all our geeky things too, unfortunately.
What
It
else
does.
do we-
It does.
what else do
Which
we-
is going to affect my geeky things.
Yeah.
Is Canada Post went on strike?
Yeah, right. Do you have cosplay coming?
No, but I bought something that's supposed to be a pre-order that's supposed to be shipped in December.
Oh, you're not getting that. But you might. You never know.
And it doesn't matter because it's like it was just for me personally. It's not like a Christmas gift or anything like that.
okay.
But it was just for me personally, and I was like, I really want it, and so I pre-ordered it when it was on pre-order, and it's really pretty, and I like it, and I want it. And I'm like, oh, now it's probably going to be delayed, and I'm probably not going to see it till like February.
Maybe not. A strike might end sooner than what we think. Well,
I know,
We don't.
I know.
We don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what's going to happen with
I don't know
it,
what's going on.
but
No.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully everybody comes out of it amicably.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be great.
Yes.
That would be great.
Christmas miracle.
So.
But it could affect some Christmas this year, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, because realistically, if you don't have stuff in the mail for Christmas by the 1st of December, people are probably not going to get their Christmas gifts, and now this is going to make it even worse.
Yeah.
Even more
I mean,
difficult.
realistically, you should be buying locally anyway, but
Should.
there's just some things you can't get here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Like I shop.
I shop where I can.
I shop where I can, and I.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But if you got certain niches that you need to try to fill,
Right.
Yeah.
and their niches are not here in Corner Brook because nobody does it.
Not just in Corner Brook, not in Newfoundland.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true. But even if you wanted to get it from St. John's or Gander or something, unless you're driving or know someone that's coming, you can't get it shipped through the mail.
bus.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Can't
I
get it.
would.
You can't get it shipped through the mail.
No.
So you know, there's stores like a friend of ours buys hobby stuff out to St. John's,
Sword and
like
Shield, I
paints,
believe he
Sword
goes
and
to.
Shield,
Yep.
and sends paints and stuff and orders from them.
Yep.
Because you can't get it here in town, so he orders the hobby paints and stuff from them, and they ship it out to him. But now I guess can't do it.
Can't do that now. Well, I mean, you got other shipping companies, but
There is, but they're a lot more
they're a
expensive.
lot more expensive.
The dinero.
Yeah, and you mentioned putting stuff on the bus, man.
It's even more dinero.
Was not there's not so much that
It's very much of it could get to you or not.
yeah,
that too.
which is unfortunate, right? Now they're pretty good. I'm not saying that, but
It's a little more
risky.
risky.
We'll call it risky. So, but yeah, you're right, because there's a lot of stuff you could only, like, I can remember growing up back in the day, like, if you were a model builder like I was, it'd be nothing. Like, you could find your model
Leisure
paints and
World.
glues and all your tools and stuff anywhere here
Leisure
in the
World,
city.
yeah.
Leisure World, but also other places.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't even know where to go.
Well, speaking of local, so the whole thing of being a cosplayer, it's really
Yep.
hard
Very hard.
here in Corner Brook.
And
But
essentially, you're building models that fit on you.
yes,
Yeah.
so one of the things we found was that airbrush paints is
Yep.
not a thing here in the city.
No, not a bit.
Not a thing. However, they sell ink, acrylic ink, like probably for ink pens
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
down at the shop that's down in the Valley Mall or the Millbrook Mall,
Yeah.
down on the
Picture in
lower
a frame
level.
or
Picture in a
something
frame.
like that? I think-
Picture in a frame.
Is that
I
picture?
do believe it's picture in
Or
a
is that
frame.
over?
That's-
One
no,
of them,
no.
okay, yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe not.
But they're where the old liquor store is.
Yeah,
Yes.
across from where the vet used to be,
Yeah.
down by the YMCA.
Yeah, they sell like some in-house artwork.
Yes, they do.
And they
yeah.
do framing and stuff like
Yes,
that too.
yeah.
Anyway, they have this acrylic ink that if you just water it down just a smidge more, works really well in an airbrush. Hot tip.
Interesting. Very hot tip.
Hot tip.
If you're a cosplayer, that's a hot tip.
Or realistically,
Or a model
it's an
builder.
acrylic ink,
Yeah.
so it should work on most anything. That's how I did my ears and stuff for my cosplay,
Oh, okay.
and my boots too.
Oh,
Did them
okay.
with the acrylic ink, red.
Nice.
Yeah, red and black.
Nice. See, there's ways around everything.
And it's not bad prices, and they got really nice paintbrushes down there too.
Yep. Okay, we're not running an ad for.
They're not, but it's a good place to know to go.
Yes.
Now the college bookstore is another place to go for paintbrushes and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
They have
I
some
mean, they've
really
got a-
nice art supplies and
Yeah,
stuff up there.
there's a fine art school here in town, so I mean that would be a fantastic place to go.
Their hours are not the greatest, unfortunately.
No.
But still, they
Place to check out.
usually I used to buy a lot of paintbrushes and stuff from
Yep.
them in the back in the day.
Yep, I did too. That's where I always used to buy a sketch pad and pencils at the college bookstore.
Yep, they do a lot, and they have like portfolios and things
Yep.
like that too.
Yep.
So if you needed anything to do that, I wish we had more of a Michaels or something like that.
Those would be nice. Like there are a lot of stores that I would like to see come here, but I know because of our consumer footprint,
Yeah.
we'll never see it.
No,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, we can hope for something sometimes shows up at the Dollarama.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I've seen testers' little paint kits
Yep.
show up
Yep.
there.
Down there.
Yep, they have.
You kind of got to do a lot of thrifting around here.
Yeah, which is fine and dandy too. There's no problem with that. But
Yeah, I know it's funny though when people look and you go, just go here and buy this, and we're like, no,
no,
that can't happen.
yeah, yeah. It's
For people that want to do like the armor pieces and things like that, you got to ship that stuff in.
gotta ship it in. Yep.
Right? There's no
But
place
it's-
to buy that kind of foam around here. Not
It's
that
kind of
thickness.
funny. Like it's not just even related to that, right? Like it's somebody's talking about you see stuff online about like food, right? We'll say Starbucks, okay? Well, just go to Starbucks and get one. Well, yeah, right.
or
Can't
even
do that.
Or like with you guys, if you wanted to buy comics,
Yeah, you can't buy a comic.
can't buy a
right?
comic book here.
I mean, somebody tried to start a comic book shop, but
They didn't want to give you no stuff.
give me no time of day.
I'm digital for my comics needs.
Yeah, I am
mainly
too
because
now,
of that.
so-
Like I even looked to see like in newsstands. I remember even like you'd look out
Told you,
back in the
Jeff.
day
Cat
at
Cafe,
like
Cat
pharmacies.
Cafe. Cat comic book shop.
Cats and Coffee.
Cats, comics, and coffee.
No, can't do that.
No. No,
Cats and kale?
CCC.
No, yeah, CCC,
Okay.
not the other one. Not the other one. No, absolutely
Oh
not.
my God! I was like cat. I was like
No,
cat.
no,
No, okay, no.
No.
You're kind of trying to make it cutie, you know.
Right, yeah, no.
I'm like,
we're
nope.
we're not doing that. No
Nope.
way. That's not cute at all.
Cats and comics.
But yeah, like, it's, I don't know. There's so
Have
much I
cats
lo-
people working there. You have to dress as a
there's
cat.
so much I love about this city. And I mean, I love this city.
Everybody has to wear cat ears.
But yeah, that'd be cool. But it's like you said, it's so hard to find stuff around
so
here.
hard.
There's, as a collector, there's not very much for me here.
There's a bit here and there, and it's great if you have mainstream interests.
Yes.
Like I find a lot of the mainstream stuff, so because you got like your GameStops and
Yep.
your Atlantic, what is it?
We
Empire
got-
Land Pig.
We
Land
got to
Pig.
stop mentioning businesses on the air.
But they have places. They have
Yes.
places you can buy collectibles. And
Yes,
stuff,
absolutely.
right?
And they're fantastic.
And they're fantastic, but they have a lot of very niche
Yeah.
collectibles, things
Yeah.
that are popular now, and and I know why they do it because it attracts more popular.
Yeah.
Like they track, but some of the things I want
Yeah.
personally
Yeah. Yeah. Especially.
is
Yeah.
not mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
Like a games workshop would be dandy. Even like I've seen where in hobby shops they just have a corner for a games
Yep.
workshop palette. They drop there like nobody. That's all you need. Just
I would
for,
love have something like Meeple Mart. That was an awesome store up in Ontario.
What was it called?
It was called Meeple Mart.
still around. I looked it
Meeple
up.
Mart.
It's
Okay.
it's in China. It's in Chinatown.
Right.
It takes over the bottom half of a building,
Downstairs,
like a
actually,
downstairs.
basement.
You go down steps, and it's like the size of a Dollarama.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey.
it's crazy big, and they have gaming stuff. So anything you would think about gaming,
Tabletop cards,
miniatures,
dice,
they had it.
and they have collectibles and models in the front as well.
Yep,
okay.
it was crazy. It was huge.
Meeple Mart.
Meeple Mart.
Like the board game
Meeple
area is
Mart.
like different rows of shelves in alphabetical order.
It's in Toronto in their Chinatown, which is near. Can't remember.
You can see the CN Tower from down there.
Yeah, it's like more
We
downtown.
walk by the Alma Combo and you can totally see it.
There's a couple of little shops and stuff down there, collectible
Right.
shops and stuff down there too.
Right.
Nice ramen shops. There's one place that did macaron.
Yeah.
Only macaron.
It's just a sad state of affairs for, you know.
Yeah, and I get it. We're Corner Brook. I mean, we don't have a huge population.
No.
We have a very senior population.
We have about the same population as a silo.
Yeah,
And maybe a little bit more. A little bit more.
Yeah, we're like a silo and a half.
You were like a silo and a half. Yeah, absolutely.
We're pushing 2 silos if we include
Yeah.
Massey Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk.
They're
I'm
the
gonna talk
silo
about
that's
our.
next door that we hang out
I'm gonna
with.
talk about a population now. That's all I'm gonna say. It's like, how big is Corner Brook? 2 silos.
Two silos.
And they'll be like, what?
What? What are you talking about? Are you
it up.
drunk? What's going on?
Look it up.
Yeah. Just look it up. Find out how many people live in a silo.
Yeah, silos. 2 silos. Oh, my.
it's crazy.
Crazy.
But yeah, sorry, you were going to say something. Gee whiz, Toby.
I said, and the dynamics here in Corner Brook. I mean, they a lot of the shops cater to the dynamics.
Yes.
Which is unfortunately that we're not the majority of the dynamics
No,
in Corner Brook.
not a bit.
So our opinion
Yeah.
of what needs to be in Corner Brook is really our opinion.
Our opinion.
Yeah.
We are a small.
We're a small
boys.
percentage,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
and a niche.
A niche. A niche.
We are a niche.
I mean, I run into people who, I get excited when I'm talking to them because they're like, oh, yeah, I like Star Trek. I'm like, yeah, but
But do you like Star
do you
Trek?
like Star Trek?
Oh yeah, I've seen that show.
Right? Do you have it tattooed on your shoulder that you like Star Trek?
Do you like it enough that you go hunting for theories online?
Right?
Yeah, I do
Right.
that.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Do you
might-
like it or do you like it?
Yeah, there's a big difference between, oh, I like that, and I like
Do you
that.
go? Do you go in public and every now and go? Oh, that reminds me of something I saw on Star Trek.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Did you
It kind of
learn?
looks like that on Star Trek.
Did you learn your morals from Star Trek? Is that where you learned how to treat people too? Because that's where I learned it.
Yeah,
That's why I'm a good guy.
but it's funny.
So
So yeah, just our opinions, folks.
yeah,
Just
that's
our
it. That's
opinions.
just our opinions. You know, but
Desmond,
Corpus is still a nice place.
But first, before we talk about all these shops that we need to get in Corner Brook, we need to have money to do so.
Yes. So if somebody wants to give me some money, my telephone number is
555
216. I'll leave it at that. That is actually the first 3 of my phone number.
555 5555.
Yes. And I will take some money off your hands to start up one of these.
Buy you a
niche-
coffee?
I will. Yeah.
KOF. What is it?
Yeah. Oh, the
Dash
K.
E?
The KOFE.
Yeah, it's like Ko-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi.
Coffee.
a friend of mine has one of those because he does like a few pages on.
A lot of people do commissions and stuff too these days.
Yep. They do. They do. Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of sites,
Yes.
are you on Blue Sky?
Oh yeah. Oh, what a breath of fresh air that is.
I'm on there in threads and I just
Blue Sky.
block anything that looks like a bot. Anything that engagement farms.
I gotta tell you, like, I tried Blue Sky out whenever the invite code was the thing back in like a year and a half
Yeah.
ago. And I was like, yeah, whatever. It's kind of okay. Like, but no, I check in. I check in every now and then.
I've seen people quit Twitter
Oh yeah,
and join.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
I'm like 3 weeks away from doing that myself. I've already said I'm going to give Twitter, and I refuse to call it X. I'm sorry. I don't give a rat's ass what he calls it. I'm
Yeah.
calling it Twitter. I'm giving Twitter till December 1st. And if I'm feeling about Twitter then like I am now, I'm done. I'm just going to deactivate. Shut it all down. Right? But Blue Sky has turned into, for me, like all I'm seeing over there is art and people being nice and photographs and no ads and all this. Oh, it's just,
Yeah.
it's like a breath of fresh air.
No pushing agendas.
No pushing agendas.
Yeah.
Right?
No, they have a really strict stance on AI too.
Yeah,
Do
they,
they?
they don't allow their AI to be used for any kind of generative AI studies or anything.
Oh, not like Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, no, I'm definitely there. I've spent more time on Blue Sky in the last week than Twitter, and
I have an account now, but it's just mostly retweeting stuff.
that's fine.
It's like retweet,
okay.
retweet.
So
retweet.
you're so you
I'm a
have
retweeter.
you have a Blue Sky account.
I do.
Okay, you know what they call it when you put something on Blue Sky, right?
No.
It's called skeeting.
What?
You're a skeeter. You're re-skeeting.
Yeah,
I
nothing.
remember Chappelle show having a. There's a
just
little
repost-
Wayne song as well. I
I've
think
got
it
all
is,
these.
or-
I'm just reposting everything. I see
Yeah.
stuff I like, and it's like repost.
Repost. Yeah. Me too.
My whole my whole page is full of reposts.
That's fine.
I don't think I've posted an actual thing there. Just I'll repost.
I post over here, but see, when you got threads, you can have one thing post on Facebook, and it'll also post over to Instagram and Threads.
Yes, it's a tri-platform posting thing. And that's why I like Threads. But I'm not spending as much time. Like Blue Sky, I'm just finding it's just a much more decent vibe.
Lots of really nice artwork.
Lots of really nice artwork.
Yeah.
Lots of really nice.
That's what I've been reposting.
And if anybody's out there that's on Blue Sky or want to give it a shot, by all means, like look me up. Big Dirty Nerd dot whatever it is dot bluesky dot social.
Let me see.
Whatever. Yeah, go ahead, look it up.
And it's neat because you can actually just look up the username.
Yep.
And then it just shows you.
It just shows you that user.
Yep.
Which is really nice. So
There you are.
That's-
There's Blue Sky. Let me
God,
see.
you
Where
found
to?
me already?
Jeff? Nope.
no, don't.
I couldn't be found. Apparently, I had to screenshot my page for a friend.
There was a huge influx of new users last week, and it was having some trouble keeping up.
Oh, hang on. What's your handle there?
Big Dirty Nerd. DURTY. Big. It might. Yeah.
DURTY. Oh wait, I see ya.
Ah-ha!
Follow.
Yeah, by all means, give me a follow.
Just
Big
look up my
Dirty Nerd.
name on there and should be able to find me.
Oh, hour ago you were posting about here.
I did.
You did.
You guys weren't here, so I didn't get a picture of you guys either.
That's okay.
I was sitting here and I was kind of bored before you guys showed up.
That's fine. That's okay. I was just looking through your note. Your page.
You're not going to find much.
No, I see Tim Hortons. That's about it.
Yeah,
Lots of words.
I had a coffee
And
the other
cat.
day. And cat. Yeah, of course there's a cat there. You know there's a cat. There's going to be a cat everywhere with me.
Cat.
Cat. Keep going. Cat.
End of thread.
See,
End of
not very
feed.
much. I'm just starting out, man.
That's okay. It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, calling it Skeets is kind of weird because it feels to me like we're talking about somebody standing outside the Avalon Mall bumming smokes with a hat on backwards.
Yep.
And would take the money right out of your wallet without taking the wallet out of your pocket.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not calling it that.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to call it
Repost.
whatever. Posts, things like that.
I just repost.
Repost.
Yeah, I repost a lot.
All right, guys, that's it for us for another week. What's the word, Angel Sky? Are you back with us next week? Or do you know? Or is next week your week to work?